Hi, it's Kev with KGMJAM with another episode of No Man's Sky. And I've got a theory on this Cosmos. Cosmos just came out, the update, and I'm a relatively new player, even though I've owned the game for 3 years. I didn't start playing it until a couple months ago on the new update. And since then, I've gotten 300 hours. But I just got done doing the Atlas thing. And you never really finish it. It's kind of like open-ended, which made me think at the time that, well, they got more coming down the pipeline to do with Atlas. And if you look at the Cosmo, ad or the video of it for the Cosmos, there's the Atlas is on it. So to me, that means the Atlas is all up in Cosmos. Now, so here's an ideal. I'm not saying I got any proof. I don't. Nothing. I'm just saying, is it a possibility? Because what is Atlas always talking about? I want to build a new world. He wants you to bring him information to build that new world so he can learn. What if Atlas, because I was thinking maybe it was going to be the anomaly, but nah. But maybe Atlas might be the gateway to Light No Fire. And that, or Light No Fire will be a product of the Atlas. If you've ever read a book series called Gore, it was about a counter Earth that was in the same exact, went around in the same exact way that the Earth did, but on the opposite side of the sun, so they never saw each other. And a powerful, higher group of priest kings kept it in no technology at all. You can only have swords, no electronics. Everything was just like stuck in this Bronze Age, and they kept it like that. So what if Atlas builds Light No Fire world and then invites us to go into it? I don't know. The problem with that is, at that point, they could charge you to buy the game to get into it because they don't want to lose the income, right? I don't know. I don't know how it would go from there. But what if Atlas is the reason behind Light No Fire? That's an ideal I got. So anyway, this video is not about that. I just threw that in there because I just saw the video that came out. And I've got 3 settlements. I'm working on the 4th one to get for the Dissonance, I think, is the 4th one, because there's only 3 races. Cosmos might also add races, if you think about it. Nobody really knows. But I also put my base within the settlement because, 1, I'm new, and 2, it works. And it makes it very convenient. And so I built this... I haven't gotten into the big buildings yet of, personal buildings making. I just like a very efficient, simple base to help me further myself in the game. And so I built one right next to the main building you go in and out of to get into your settlement. And the other day, I approved a construction upgrade. But before that, I was already having problems with things appearing in the hallway of my base building. So it was something to do with the settlement. I knew that. But anyway, I accepted this construction job, and it built it half in my base and half out. So what I had to do was I said, well, I can dismantle the whole base and move it, or I can dismantle the part that's in the construction site and wait for it to mess up the rest of my base later on down the road. Because right now I got everything real close. I can just run back and forth. And yeah, I know there's teleportation, little ones like I got right there. You might see it here. Yeah, right there I got one. But I just didn't want to move it. Kind of lazy too. I wanted to do other things. So there it is right there, as you can see behind, as I turned around and go back. Now here's where I discover that that's happening. I go in, I go to the store like I always do. I'm always in the market like everybody. Flip in and buying. And then on the other door, when you go out on the other side, I had a landing pad that I dismantled because I came out one day and the top of it was gone. And I got the settings that turned off, so none of my friends or other players could change it, at least according to the settings. And I double-checked the settings; it was still off. So I go in out there, and as you're going to see here, and at that point I removed the whole landing pad, and then this happened, which you're about to see as soon as I get done messing around. I waste a lot of time in the markets. I made a buy green, sell green video for that exact reason. Was not because it's the most efficient and best. Well, it's most efficient, but it's not the best way. You're not going to make as much money, but it's quick. You don't have to think about it. You just do it. Buy green, sell green, right? So here's the construction project. I don't even know what it is because I didn't read it. I just clicked the yes button. And all my stuff's mixed in with it now. There's my, you can see the stone walls. Here's the side of it. I like the windows of stone. I'm a big stone guy. So I'm like, all right, what the hell? So I eventually come to the decision, I'm just going to dismantle that part of the base and move it to the south. And I put that there. I don't know. I didn't need it, but I put it there because I had it. It was one of the first times it popped up. I had the option to use it, so I popped it in there. Never used it once. So I just got rid of it. I'm just going to get rid of it here. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I got to move everything. So this video is kind of going to be show you, one, how easy it is to do. And two, to show you that if you set up a base within the settlement, it's going to, I mean, it wasn't messing it up as far as it was going to go ahead and make it. And I could still use it, but I didn't like the visual part of that. I don't want to see that when I'm running around. So here I am just starting to dismantle. And with the click setting, it has a free mode and a click mode, a lock mode, and that makes it, oh man, it makes it so nice. In the past, I've played games. There was one game, I can't remember the name of it. It was a castle building game where you could build stuff. And I did either I couldn't find it or didn't have a locking system, and trying to line up anything was a nightmare. And if any of you all have played anything like that before, you know exactly what I'm talking about, to the point where you didn't want to play it. And so having this feature is so nice, makes it so much less aggravating. So here I am just dismantling. And as you see, it's a basic base. Just, your storage units, teleportation, the market, that's pretty much it. Except I have those 5 stations that I don't even use. I set them up, and I've been too busy doing other stuff to actually do their missions. It's basically like, I think that was an update at one point when they installed that, and it's like you're doing missions. Like, you can do that anywhere. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Back then it probably was, but at this point, to me it wasn't. I might be wrong, and I might find that out when I get into it. But I'm just ignoring them right now. They're at the other end of the building, and they just wave at me when I come in, and I just ignore them. So what I'm trying to do now is figure out how far down do I need to bring it. And what I don't realize is I got to bring it all the way down to the stairs, because there's the out wall. There's the corner right there of the construction. So that's all got to go. And the reason I got to move it downstairs is because I'm going to put the storage units on the other side and then close it all up. And of course, I got to go move all my equipment, all my toys. I love the Colossus. Love it. Like I said, I bought the game 2 years ago, played it for 5 minutes, got frustrated with it, turned it off, never went back to it. And, I'd always every now and then go, because you started hearing more and more about No Man's Sky again. Oh man, it's getting better, it's getting better. Because I was around, I actually looked at it to buy it back in 2016. I was trucking, and I said, well, this is like a cool game. I'm going to go buy it. And, you know, it was whatever it was then, $70, $50, I don't know. But it wasn't the price that kept me from buying it, whatever the price was. It was all the lip service about it, you know, all the talk on the internet about how bad it was. And I'm like, well, I ain't going to buy this game. And I never, for 5, 7, 8 years, I never even thought about it much. But you'd occasionally hear something about No Man's Sky. And so I saw it for sale a couple of years ago for like, I don't know, $14.99. So I bought it, and it's been in my system ever since. And so I got I think it was an email. Oh no, I was playing Skyrim, and I got an update thing saying that No Man's Sky updated the game, and they got a really good check out the new tutorial. And I said, you know, that was the problem, is I couldn't figure out how to work the damn manipulator. And I'll be honest, I didn't give it much of a try, but I'm the type, if it aggravates me, I'm going to walk away, right? Because I get aggravated enough on everything else in real life. I don't need to be aggravated in a game. And boy, I fired it up, and I've been playing it ever since. Even Skyrim has taken a back seat. I haven't quit playing Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I played a couple hours yesterday, but even Farming Simulator got put on the burner right now. And I've got, in the last month and a half, 400 hours. I got 3 different saves going. I got permadeath, a playthrough. I'm also making videos. I like to make videos. Don't do very well, but I don't care. I just have fun making them. And permadeath. And then I have my main account. Main account's got about 300 hours in it. And I haven't stopped playing the game. I can't stop thinking about it. And I was that way with Skyrim when it first came out back in 2012. And Farming Simulator was even worse. When I got hit with Farming Simulator, I was in Walmart, and I was looking for I was actually going in to buy a new Skyrim one because the disc had fallen off in the truck and gotten all scratched up. So I was going in to buy a new disc for Skyrim. They were out. And the kid working there said, you need to try this game. And it's Farming Simulator. I was like, you're joking, right? He said, no, try it. All right, I tried it. I bought it. Oh, man, I got hooked on that game. But I haven't been like that on a game that... So Skyrim was first. And you know, in the earlier days, it was Baldur's Gate. But there was, on the PlayStation, it was Skyrim, and then Farming Simulator, and now No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's got its hooks into me, like those games did. And it's not been good. I haven't been getting a whole lot done outside of things I have to do. All the things that can get put off are getting put off. It's not good. So, and I'm in trouble if Light No Fire comes out anytime soon. So here I am back to trying to get the stone going. I did use not the aluminum, the metal for this build, but that was earlier in the game, and I had it, so I used it, but I prefer stone. But, you know, Hello Games is in a position now where all they have to do is add. They don't have to make a whole new game, other than the fact they want to. That's why I'm thinking Light No Fire is going to be somehow, some way connected to No Man's Sky. And the Atlas would be the perfect way to do it. And Atlas is always... Go talk to Atlas and listen to what he's saying. And then if you look at the Cosmos, Atlas is in that picture. Why would they put Atlas in there if it had nothing to do with Cosmos? Think about that. So, now... Am I saying it's going to be 2 separate games? Well, sure. Yeah, you buy one, you buy the other. They're going to want that for the income. But you could have to pay for it and go through the Atlas. You know, it could be like an expansion type payment. Trust me, nobody's going to mind paying that at all. And they can probably get away with $70 a pop. God, maybe even more, maybe 100. I'd imagine they'd probably do it at $49.99 or something like that. But if that's the case, that would be so cool. Imagine going to Atlas, maybe as we bring him stuff, he's building Light No Fire. I don't know how that would tie in. But then he would keep that one planet as a isolated, off limits, and the only way you can go visit it is if you don't take any advanced technology. Almost like how the Father in heaven didn't want us to have too much knowledge, not because he doesn't want us to learn, it's because if you're not ready for it, it makes a mess. You know, you don't want to give out information before they're ready to handle it. And maybe that's the same kind of setup where Atlas is protecting the planet, and you can only go there with nothing but your clothes on, and you can build whatever you want on it. I don't know. I can't wait for Light No Fire. I really can't. So I was having a hard time lining up, even though I had the lock mode on. So I figured out if I had it turned and turned it the other way, it would lock in. And a lot of it's got to do because I was too close, and I couldn't do it with those other storage units there. So there we go. I got that done. Now all I got to do is slap up the walls. And I've learned from everybody, you know, put the stairs first, build it up, keep it off the ground so grass isn't grown up. That's worked very well. My first few hours, I came across I made a video of it. I came across a starship, or not a starship, a freighter. And I started digging it out. And like probably all of us, I wanted to know how, you know, am I just seeing the part of the freighter they want me to see, and it won't let me go any further because it's just cosmetic? And I spent 6 hours digging that out. 6 hours. And then saved it. And then sometime after that, I was online. I learned that whatever you dig out will respawn back, grow back. And sure enough, I went back and it was all filled in. 6 hours of cleaning up that star. But it was amazing because the entire starship, the entire freighter was in the ground. The entire freighter. You could go underneath it. This thing's the size of like 20 football fields. That's when it really zapped my brain. That the game is hiding 90% of something that's in the game. Now, there's not much to do with it. You know, they didn't do much more other than you can find those pods or those storage rooms. But the fact that when I go dig under it, it's there, think about that. That's amazing. To me, anyway. I don't know, maybe other people don't think so, but I was blown away by it. So I put stone all the way down and into the ground. That way there's nothing showing. I love that look. And I'm now starting to think about two-story, because I'm going to have the roof to be a landing pad for my Corvette. So I got to make it big enough. And then the second floor would be, I don't know, living quarters, and the first floor would be all business. And once I play for a while longer, I'll probably start getting into the, building all that big stuff that everybody's into right now. And I haven't changed my look since day one, because the first space station I got on, I changed my look. 'Cause that's, as you can tell, that's not the original uniform you start with. And I came up with that, and that helmet that makes it look like you're a deep sea diver. And I just stuck with it. I don't know. I might mess around with it later on. So I got it done. So now I'm upgrading the property. And anyway, so that's a problem that I'm going to have to be dealing with, because as you see where it's at now, it's nestled between the building and all those other ones. There's enough room there for another 1, 2, maybe even 3 buildings. So eventually that base has got to go. I got to move it. I'm thinking of moving it up to the rim of the settlement up there. You see the edge of that outer rim, and just put a teleportation on it and teleport up and down. There we go. And I love to do the roof from the top. I find that's the easiest. Well, like I said, all they got to do is add stuff for the next 30 years. Just add more stuff to build with. Add more vehicles. Update and upgrade the randomness of the planets. You know, a couple things a month, maybe, a couple things, whatever. Wouldn't take much. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. You get a chance to leave a comment. Love to hear from you. And let's get ready for Cosmos. See what's that's going to be all about.
PlayStation. PlayStation.